IMP had an agency-to-agency agreement with the Development Academy of the Philippines to work on IMP's management plan. While the program management plan is on the works, the IMP proudly presents the vision of the new IMP. The Integrity Management Program is the premier program for integrity building in the Philippine government, which implements integrity measures and manages risk of corruption through capacity building, research, and knowledge sharing among public sector institutions. Currently, the OPOMB Technical Secretariat is devising the program management plan with the help of DAP, which will end in the first quarter of 2025. Alongside this, the OPOMB Technical Secretariat shall undergo capacity building workshops for the first and second quarters of 2025. During the second and third quarters of 2025, we shall conduct a series of comprehensive PSI consultations with the aim to address the evolving needs of the program and possible streamlining of other anti-corruption program of the PCIs. The revised IMP design will be finalized and launched within the third and fourth quarter of 2025. To transition the 19 existing PSIs to the new IMP, a bridging program shall be conducted and prioritized from the last quarter of 2025 until the end of 2026. Concurrently, with the bridging program, select government agencies will undergo pilot testing under the new IMP design from the last quarter of 2025 to the end of 2027. For the years 2026 to 2027, a robust monitoring and evaluation is proposed to be done to check the implementation of the new IMP design. And for the fourth quarter of 2026 to the end of 2027, we look into holding an integrity management caravan to encourage the implementation of IMP at different levels of the bureaucracy.
We hope that you share our vision. Be part of the IMP.
Thank you. And now, may we call on Executive Secretary Bersamin and Ombudsman Martires for the presentation of the 5th State Conference Manifesto. To the President, ma'am.
Fifth State Conference Resolution Number 1/24, 3 December 2024. The sponsor is Presidential United Nations Convention Against Corruption, Interagency Committee. The signatories are the Conference Assembly, members of the Conference Assembly. And the theme is pagpapatibay ng kultura ng integridad sa buong bagong Pilipinas. The Conference Assembly, may I read? The Conference Assembly continues to recognize the Philippines as a state party to the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, UNCAC, and its genuine commitment to comply with its treaty obligation to develop, implement, and maintain effective, coordinated anti-corruption policies and measures that promote the participation of society and reflect the principles of the rule of law, integrity, transparency, and accountability. Ensures compliance with the provisions of the UNCAC through the institutionalization of the Integrity Management Program, IMP, as the National Corruption Prevention Program of the government, covering 6 dimensions or management systems, namely service delivery, institutional leadership, human resource management and development, financial procurement and asset management, internal reporting and investigation, and corruption risk management. Supports the administration's policy towards achieving data-driven and science-based planning, and decision-making mechanisms, in fostering a culture of accountability that curbs corruption in government. May I ask the Ombudsman to read the rest?
To reinforce the continuous institutionalization of the IMP, dedicate the enhanced IMP in maintaining effective, coordinated anti-corruption policies aligned with the aim of Bagong Pilipinas as enunciated in Article 5 of the UNCAC. Acknowledge that revitalizing the culture of integrity endeavors the whole of government approach, commits to a shared responsibility of fighting corruption together with different offices of the executive, legislative, and judicial branches of the government, the constitutional commissions, developmental partners, non-governmental organizations, and civil society, and resolve to humbly implore the President to call upon all anti-corruption advocates and integrity stakeholders to collaborate and support the vision of the enhanced IMP as a tool for adopting their data-based and anti-corruption measures. Malacañan, Manila, 3 December 2024. Signed, Lucas P. Bersamin, Chairperson, Executive Secretary. Jesus Rimulya, Crispin Rimulya, Vice Chairperson, Secretary, Department of Justice. Enrique A. Manalo, Co-Vice Chairperson, Secretary, Department of Foreign Affairs. Arsenio Balizacan, Member, Secretary, National Economic and Development Authority. Amina Pangandaman, Member, Secretary, Department of Budget and Management. Juanito Victor C. Rimulya, Member, Secretary, Department of Interior and Local Government. The 5th State Conference, Ombudsman Samuel Martires, the Office of the Ombudsman, and Ana Liza Logan, Deputy Executive Secretary for Legal Affairs.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sirs. At this point, may we invite Executive Secretary Lucas P. Bersamin to introduce our guest of honor and speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you to the Executive Secretary, Lucas Bersamin, for his introduction. Please take your seats. Senate President Chis Escudero, the honorable members of the Cabinet who are here present, Ombudsman Chairperson Sammy Martires, Manila 3rd District Representative Joel Chua, Supreme Court Associate Justice Antonio Co. Jr., World Bank Country Director Zafer Mustafoglu. I hope I got that even just approximately right. United Nations Office on Drug and Crime Country Manager Danielle Marchese, my fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good day to you. On November 6, 2006, the Philippines ratified the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, or UNCAC. On that day, our country made a bold commitment to fight corruption, not just within our borders, but alongside a global community of nations. Almost 2 decades later, it is an honor and a privilege for the Philippines to host the 5th State Conference on the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, Implementation, and Review. This gathering is made more meaningful for our country as we set the course for a bagong Pilipinas, where truth is our strongest currency and integrity is a cornerstone of our national identity. In 2014, we institutionalized the Integrity Management Program, or IMP, providing a clear anti-corruption framework. It served as a tool to enhance both individual and systems integrity across the bureaucracy. However, a decade into its execution, several challenges persist and prove to be unexpectedly complex. Gaps in implementation, evolving political climates, and systemic vulnerabilities remind us that the war against corruption is far from over. With this conference's theme, Pagpapatibay ng Kultura ng Integridad sa Bagong Pilipinas, we are called to go beyond implementing policies and protocols and to look deep into our core values to strengthen the culture of integrity. We must shift away from merely enforcing compliance with laws, rules, and regulations to steering our people towards the practice of integrity in their daily lives. Integrity that is rooted in katapatan, malasakit, pakikipagkapwa, and bayanihan. These need to be reinforced and sustained. This is the kind of transformation that we envision, which guides not only our systems of governance, but our behaviors as citizens of this bagong Pilipinas. Yet we all know that lofty ideals will not suffice. People expect results, and results demand action. To build a government founded on integrity and accountability, we must adopt comprehensive and interconnected strategies. We are combating corruption using a two-pronged strategy. First, we streamline and digitalize processes that avenues for corruption become nil. At the forefront of this strategy is our initiatives like the Government PH application and e-marketplace, which transform how government services are delivered. To further strengthen our digitalization efforts, I signed the new Government Procurement Act earlier this year. It establishes standardized electronic bidding and payment systems, amongst others, through the enhanced Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System. This shall be used by procuring entities, suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, contractors, consultants, and service providers to further increase efficiency, improve compliance, minimize the risk of corruption, reduce paper usage, and create a more detailed audit trail. The integration of data analytics with the procurement process facilitates informed decision-making by procuring entities and the identification of suspicious, fraudulent, and non-competitive practices. This will, in turn, provide transparency and proactive government monitoring, thereby ensuring judicious government spending. By streamlining and digitalizing processes, we are improving the efficiency and fostering trust and accountability between government and the public. Complementing this is our second strategy of empowering the people to participate in good governance. It is done by promoting full public disclosure of information in the way that we do business in government. Through the Electronic Freedom of Information platform, citizens now have avenues to exercise their right to vital government information. Our national budget, which is detailed to the project level, is published online, allowing our people to know how much and for what public funds are being spent on. The new Government Procurement Act also includes measures that ensure the accessibility of procurement processes and contract implementation information to engage observers and civil society organizations in procurement and make all procurement-related conferences available for public viewing. These efforts align with the IMP, which is now being reformulated to better address systemic challenges and to adapt to the ever-changing political landscape. Further, with the provisions of the UNCAC, we continue to collaborate on the international front, emphasizing the importance of global partnerships in combating corruption. By learning from and working with other nations, we strengthen our anti-corruption mechanisms while reaffirming our place as a proactive member of the global community. Together, these interconnected efforts form a united approach to fostering a government that is efficient, accountable, and reflective of a nation committed to placing honor and integrity over self-interest. Let the Fifth State Conference Resolution 124 you presented today be a powerful pact between us and the Filipino people, between today and the future that we are determined to create. What you sign today will echo our commitment to fighting corruption and protecting the trust accorded to us by our people. Let us envision a bagong Pilipinas where integrity is a steadfast reality, deeply ingrained in every part of our society. Let us make this promise that we fulfill, for the future is ours to shape. Thank you very much. Good morning to you all. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this point, may we request the President to kindly remain on stage for a photo opportunity. May we call on guest speakers and cabinet secretaries to proceed on stage. Presidential UNCAC Interagency Committee members and Secretariat, please prepare.